Opinionated gamers, we're the best. Opinionated gamers, better than the rest. Hey.
No.
Now we've officially lost everyone who thought about listening to this podcast.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Cameron.
I'm Rolo.
I'm Cooksey.
I'm Erik. And we're the Opinionated Gamers.
As you can tell by our theme song intro. I'd like to thank Cameron for sending that one in.
Oh my gosh, Cameron. Okay.
I'd like to fire Cameron for sending that one in.
He's already thrown 2 chairs. We can't afford another chair. All right. So
We actually have nice chairs now, so.
it's E3. Post E3.
Woo! Barely post.
Just barely post. Love E3. It is video gamers paradise, heaven. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Unless you're a Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
Right? Like, step up your game, Nintendo.
Or just don't tell us everything like a year before.
To be fair, Zelda was supposed to come out like next week.
They announced it last E3.
Yeah, I know, because it was supposed to come out like this week.
Yeah.
So to be fair to them, they just kept pushing it back.
And I don't think we'll see it.
We're not going to see it till 2016.
Not until 2016 they told that, which is a shame. And
We're not going to see it.
I mean,
2016,
but they
we're not going to see it.
They gave reason for that. I mean, they said, hey, we wanted this game to come out, and then we're like, oh, here's a good idea. Oh, here's another good idea.
Star Fox is coming out.
Yeah, nobody cares. They're like, here's another good idea.
I'd like to point out that Game Theory cares.
Yeah, I watched it, and it does look good, but there's just so many other games that I would rather spend my money on.
Oh, from Nintendo? No, there's not. Like, the latest thing that came out with Splatoon, and the next big title launch they're going to have is Star Fox? Like, come on, Nintendo.
Can you count Star Fox as a big title launch?
The Xenoblade Chronicles game looks pretty big. I mean, it's one of the big open worlds, and they've gone into some like huge detail on this. So,
As a Nintendo fan, though, I'm just incredibly disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, with everything.
yeah,
Like, there's no good Pokemon announcement. I mean, Pokemon Dungeon...
it looks good. Apparently, every Pokemon is
I don't like the
obtainable.
mystery dungeons because it's not the actual game.
It's a whole different genre. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it
count
is.
as a Pokemon game. Like, it counts as a Pokemon.
It's Pokemon
It's
title,
one of
but
those
not a
blurred
Pokemon
lines. It's like, it's a Pokemon title, but it's not a Pokemon game.
It's kind of like a more of a spin-off game than the actual
But
game.
you've got 3 types of Pokemon games. You've got your actual games, your red, blue, all the way up till Forest. And then you've got your Coliseum games that you get on all your consoles. And then you've got your Mystery Dungeons. And
Give me a Coliseum
I
game
want
if
a
you're going to do
Coliseum.
anything.
Mystery
You've got-
Dungeon just
Can
feels
we-
like so much of a filler
we
because it comes out
officially-
on the platforms that the regular games
Can
already
we
come out on.
officially announce that the Wii U is a waste at this point?
Splatoon wasn't bad.
Splatoon was the best thing that's come to the Wii U.
And-
so
I mean-
far.
And we know Zelda Wii U's coming.
Yeah, but
Watch
it's
them
coming
push
and
it
then
back.
It's coming and then it's
It's
you've got
coming,
the
and
NX
then,
the next
the
week.
NX. Come on.
Nintendo has already thrown the Wii U under the bus, which is what they did with the Wii.
Yeah.
They said, "Here's this great new technology. We have the Wii. It's awesome. Everyone wants to copy
In
us."
3 years, it will be
Sony
obsolete.
copied. Microsoft copied. And then they threw it under the bus. They came out with the Wii U, and everyone goes, "Oh, it's supposed to be so much better." And it was. We got our HD graphics. There was so much potential there. And then they underutilized that, and then they throw it under the bus, and they say, "And here's the NX." And now nobody's going to develop for the Wii U.
It was
So
already
you-
hard to develop for the Wii U as it is because you had 2 screens you had to develop on. You had to develop for a gamepad and a TV screen. That's the reason the Virtual Boy failed.
And they just killed it off. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't put any really solid title on it before they killed it off. And it's not that it's dead. We've got another year and a half of Wii U, but nobody's going to develop because they're already going to start thinking NX.
It's not dead. It's just dead.
It's
Pretty
got
much.
cancer. It's going to be a slow and painful death.
It's definitely terminal
I
cancer.
just offended someone.
R.I.P. You really
thing I-
did just offend
One
someone.
thing I don't like with Nintendo, like, after, like, half a year or a year, the new system comes out, they automatically shut down all the multiplayer networks down. So, like, if you had the old Wii and you couldn't afford the old Wii U, you couldn't play online with anyone, not even with your friends.
It was pretty
The
bad.
Wii U is
Yeah.
basically a glorified paperweight at this point.
One thing that
Speaking from a man who has 2 and uses them as paper.
But Nintendo has noticed this, and they know this, and so what they started doing, and you can see it, is like they're having updates for their games that have come out. Splatoon has got an update probably every 4 days since it came out, and Smash received a whole bunch of news during E3. They're getting Street Fighter, Ryu, is coming in, and he's going to be on there, and they've got a whole bunch of Mii Fighter outfits. They've got the Inklings as outfits. They've got Lucas coming back, and they're keeping it alive while it dies.
Yeah, I like the DLCs and that stuff.
They're putting it through chemotherapy.
But if you look and you say, okay, list the top 10 Wii U games, big games.
Splatoon.
Well, Mario Kart 8 is a good one.
Mario Kart 8
was fantastic.
Smash
was meh at best.
No, I like that it was found with 3DS, though.
That was the only redeeming factor about Smash.
And they tried something new, and it worked out pretty well. So
I think Smash is pretty decent on the Wii U.
I like it.
8-man Smash.
8-man.
8-man Smash, Wii U, the compatibility with the DS, which, let's be honest,
That's pretty cool.
again, you're killing off a cool thing that you've just started
It's like
before you even have a chance.
It's like the Guitar Hero on the original DS, where they're like, here, let's release this game that's super epic, and then let's come out with a DSi that does not have a Game Boy cartridge to use.
It's like said cancer patient going through leukemia just bought a Camaro.
Dude, we are just gonna offend so many people. All right, so
if you're a cancer
Stop
patient, buy a Camaro.
no, don't you fight? Okay, all right.
I actually agree with that one.
We all do. Okay, but
Okay,
I just don't get Nintendo. I don't get.
I don't
what
understand
they're
what
doing.
Nintendo did either. They had to show all they had to do to be successful is to show a picture of the NX, and you know what they did? They didn't do anything.
They didn't. They didn't do any. They didn't give us anything. And just you have a whole system and a brilliant system, in my opinion. I think the Wii U has so much possibility, and it has 3 good games, and it's already being replaced.
Right? Like, they don't even have a Zelda title for it yet. Like, they have to make 3 games.
They do have one.
They have to make 3 games for a console to be successful, right? A new Mario game, a new Smash game, a new Zelda game. Maybe a new Metroid game.
They
have
done all 3 of those.
I think Nintendo's just releasing all the new systems out too fast. Because you look at Xbox, like they spaced out all
the
the
Xbox 360 was around the same
good.
time. Like, they came out at the same time as the GameCube.
Yeah, and
We've gone through 3 iterations before the one came out.
I just feel like Nintendo kills off their systems way too quickly.
See, Nintendo had a bad E3, but you know who had a good E3? Microsoft.
Microsoft killed E3.
It was
awesome.
Perfect.
Did you guys see Fallout 4?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's not the thing I'm most excited for, but I'm a little bit excited for Fallout, which I'm not
Should be a good
huge
game.
fan of.
It should be great to have that super awesome customizable character at the beginning.
That's
where
my favorite part.
You drag your face around to make it look how you want.
We did that on the Mario 64.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great, and I really like how they're bringing like the apps into it too. They're letting you
They
use
have
a
that app.
smartphone as part of the game experience.
Microsoft is killing it on integration with other technology.
Plus, they're allowing mods. You're able to submit your own mods for Fallout 4 to
That
be
will
used
be
and
not
shared.
only on PC, but Xbox.
So you can transfer back and forth. It's genius. First to do it, best idea. I saw.
Bethesda is fantastic with
The
that.
fact
Oh,
that
yeah. Bethesda's
Microsoft is saying, okay, we recognize we have a winning product with Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
We recognize that we want to win with Windows.
Yeah.
And they're putting everything they've got in Windows 10.
HoloLens.
And they're saying, okay, let's combine the two. And let's make PC gaming and bring in console gaming, and let's bring them together and make them, be best friends that can
Yeah.
which I think it's brilliant. I think Microsoft is winning the console wars, in my opinion,
Oh, yeah.
at this point.
Microsoft is killing it right now. Did you hear? They're going to kill it even harder because the one now has backwards compatibility.
Yeah, they're adding.
That's the best news.
They're like the best news coming out of this E3.
I
That's
think
the
so.
best news
I
that's
think
come
if
out
you're going to
since
say
the Xbox.
what one E3 and what is going to win the console wars once and for all,
Yeah.
Xbox.
I mean,
Xbox backwards compatibility.
that makes me
was
want to go
genius.
buy an Xbox One now.
I wanna buy
Except
one.
for all those people who sold their Xbox 360 games to buy them.
See?
they're a little pissed off today.
See, I didn't do that. I kept my 360. I was like, I'm just going to play on my 360 till I can afford a one. But now I'm just like, sell my 360, get a one,
Keep your games and
keep my games. Actually, I'll bring my 360 to the office. We can use it here.
we're good.
Well, and another thing that's also added is I saw some really fun looking indie games. like indie games aren't like my favorite. I don't put a lot of money into indie games really. I let other people tell me they're great. Watch a stream or two. I don't buy them.
You know what's a great indie game?
Which
It's
one are
really
you
popular
thinking?
right now.
Which one are you thinking?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was just thinking of that.
What are you saying? At E3, there was a good looking indie game though.
Cupheads.
Yeah.
It looked like the most fun ever. It was arcade style. They're using like 1930s or so cartoon graphics. It looked.
Please
It looks
tell me their
pretty awesome.
motto is "You're a cup, you're a squid."
No.
Oh.
That would be Splatoon. We're all aware. Kid now, squid now.
Why not Zoidberg?
So, I think it looks awesome.
Oh,
And a classic cartoon fan like I am,
Mm-hmm.
it's got nostalgia. It's got video gaming. It looks awesome. I'm excited for it too.
So solid. It looks like a solid indie game.
I actually haven't seen anything about it. Like, what does it look like? What's it about?
So what it is like there was a kind of teaser trailer and it said like Cuphead and I think his name was Mugface or something like that, or Mugman. They were like two friends or whatever, and they gambled with the devil and they lost.
Sounds like they're ripping off my comic I did when I was 3.
So what they do though?
I
is-
totally had a comic. I kid you not, the dude was a cup and a mug.
I'll believe you. But continuing. So they lose and they have to go around doing the devil's bidding. And it's cartoon, it's the two-dimensional, super... it's like the most high-def 1930s cartoon
This sounds amazing.
you'll ever see.
It looks really cool. You should check it out. I think it looks. I think indie games they just got to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
If they release too soon, they are. It's like everything on the Wii Virtual Console from indie games. I'm like,
I did
what?
see a Wii U Virtual Console game, or not Virtual Console, eStore game though. That's going to be there. It's called Fast. It's just called Fast, and it's a racing game. There's 16 courses, like 20 different carts. It's probably going to cost about $10. And they said that they wanted you to have the full game experience for a cheap eStore price. And they had gameplay on it. It looked amazing. The graphics they looked like it should be on a PS4 with how good these graphics were. And it was really, cool, a cheap game. I don't buy eStore games generally, but this one looked worth it. So, look into that too. I think it was Fast Neo, I think is what they already have a game, an indie game on the eStore, and they're doing another one, same developers.
Awesome.
Sweet. Sony released Battlefront.
That was the biggest thing from
3.
Sony.
Oh yeah, easily.
Was
Was their
Battlefront.
playthrough, or not playthrough, their gameplay footage. It just looked great.
It looked fantastic. It looked so much fun.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a winner. I really do. I think
Well,
they've already got the audience,
It's not exclusive on PS4,
which is nice.
but PS4 is going to have better graphics, and with the graphics
if you
that
want
we
to see
saw,
it,
it looks
if you want to see it the way it should be seen, PS4 is
PS4 is the way.
Or,
to go.
PC.
Or PC is a pretty good.
Generally, if they're running a thing at E3 like a demo, they're going to run it through a PC. Like, if you're looking on stage, you can usually see the wires heading off stage just going to a PC. Because they want to show off
Either
the
way,
best
but I
graphics
think
they
if
can.
you're going to show, I think you really want to play that game at its fullest potential. Sony's going to be your best way to go.
Sony will be.
Oh, speaking of graphics, Fallout 4 is cutting their graphics for gameplay.
That's a huge announcement, I think, and I think it's a way that gaming is going to start trending. I think we've
talked about this a little bit.
We have, and I think we're reaching a point where, yeah, graphics are going to get better, but it's taking up memory that's sapping and it's taking away from gameplay. And we're to the point now where cut back on the graphics and give more to gameplay. And to hear Fallout say that they are doing that, I think that's going to be awesome.
It was pretty much to the point that someone complained about how bad the graphics looked, and they were just like, okay, we'll up the graphics, we'll just take out a bunch of features, disable a bunch of the gameplay, We'll cut a bunch of stuff, but sure, we'll make it look as good as you want.
Yeah, and there was that exact kind of sass in their voice too, which made it just the best part of E3, right? I mean, there's so many best parts, but I'm okay with it.
I don't have a problem with that. I love
It still looks light years better than 3 and New Vegas.
go play a game on N64, then go turn on your PlayStation 2 and you'll feel better, and then go play on your Xbox 360 and you'll feel better, and then go play on your Xbox One and you'll be content with the graphics you've got.
Yeah,
Just at this point, let's stop putting so much into graphics and let's focus on the gameplay, because there's a reason retro games are still good. It's because we did focus on the gameplay way more than we did on the graphics, and that's why retro games hold up.
Yeah, and as gamers, we don't want necessarily a better game that we already have. We just want more games that are going to be so unique that they stay with us forever. And I really like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I taught my 6-year-old brother how to play that game today. And
that's what that picture was. I was trying to figure out what he was playing.
Yeah, he's playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I'm like, he's never going to want to play another game. And this is a game that I was playing when I was 7, 8, and its gameplay is so unique that I still consider it to be one of my favorite games. So, I mean, we just want more of that. That's where Nintendo messed up.
I think I would take better gameplay over
graphics.
Higher quality graphics at any point.
Yeah. So, but with Nintendo, they we'll have a new Fire Emblem game, and I'm like, I really don't care. Or they're like, we'll have a new Xenoblade Chronicles game. I'm like, I really don't care.
I get it. Those are semi-big games in Japan.
People like them in America, and they're good games, but I want something that's going to give me a new experience and a new play style, something different.
I think it's the fact that Nintendo just can't get the developers that are outside of Nintendo to develop for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U is too difficult to develop. So Nintendo has to do a lot of the development themselves, and you're getting games that are really good from Japan, where the developers mostly are.
Yeah.
You're not getting good games over here. You can make a movie about what's popular in the rest of the world, but if it's not popular here,
doesn't matter.
It's going to be the worst movie ever made, a la FIFA, right? So, the statistics on that movie are hilarious.
Back to the graphics and stuff. Have you guys played Paper Mario?
Oh yeah.
It's literally a paper world RPG. It's so much fun. It's one of my favorite.
It's so fun. I think it's a great example.
E3 they did talk about they're doing the Super Mario Luigi kind of style game and mashing it with Paper Mario.
Oh,
and that'll
good.
be a 3DS title that'll be coming out soon-ish.
The only thing, in my opinion, I think Nintendo and the frustrating thing is we already knew about it. We already knew about it. They've been teasing it. I think Mario Maker looks entertaining.
It looks good.
I think it looks entertaining. I don't think it's going to be a great game. It's definitely no Halo, that was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
It's definitely no Battlefront. That was exciting. Comparing it to other games, they just didn't shine.
And the problem with the Mario Maker is it's going to come out and they're going to be like, okay, here's this game that isn't as good as all the other games that we're charging you $60 for. But guess what? We're going to charge you for this one, $60. Come buy this Mario Maker.
Also, Mario Maker is a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot of the same stuff that Smash, you can do with Smash already. It's guess what? I can make a level in Smash that I never play. Oh look, now I can make a level in Mario that I'm never going to play.
The levels in Mario though do look
they look way better than the level in Smash.
They were good.
I think there's potential for fun, but it's
just fun.
It's
just fun. There's not a whole you're going to get bored after 2 or 3 levels, so there's not a whole ton of replayability there.
It's good. It'd be a really good party game.
If you got a bunch of people together, just make the hardest as you can, see who can beat it first.
I can see it being a party game, and I think Nintendo has always been kind of a party game thing. But I want less games that are party games from Nintendo. Yeah. We've seen them. We've seen Zelda games that are good.
I want.
Metroid games are good. The freaking Earthbound games are good.
I just want something epic.
Yeah.
And I think Zelda has the potential to be that epic.
Yeah.
If
they're
going to release it on the Wii U and then they're going to kill the system. That's the biggest thing. If we had the Zelda game now, and it came out now, and we had a year before the NX,
yeah,
I don't think people are going to
complain. Do we know exactly when the NX comes out?
I think it'll be 2017.
And do you think the NX will have backwards compatibility? Because Nintendo is very big on backwards compatibility. The Wii could play
GameCube games.
The Wii U can play Wii games. The 3DS can play DS games. DS can play Game Boy games, kind of thing. So I'm thinking that the Wii U games will still be justifiable and still be fun, and you'll still they can still release it.
If they don't take the NX in a whole different direction like they did from N64 to GameCube.
If they're gonna blow out this whole thing, nobody wants to develop for dual screens, we're gonna go full on gaming. Then if you don't have that dual screen capability, your Wii U game is gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like they N64 to GameCube wasn't backwards compatible. There's not a cartridge slot for the GameCube.
But there was.
If they don't
for
have a
Wii.
second screen on the NX, then you're done. You can't play a Wii U game on that.
It's
But if
just-
they take it a separate direction, they may also continue to develop the few games for the Wii U. Like, they quit designing Wii games when the Wii U came out because the Wii U replaced the Wii, but we're still getting 3DS games when the Wii U came out.
Also, a lot of Wii U games, the gamepad is just like another screen or a map.
It really is. I mean,
You could press
it's
pause
just
and look at a map if
like,
you really need to.
There was so much potential when they came out the Wii U. They were like, "Look at all these things we can do with it. You can, in FIFA, you can change your formation on it.
Let's do none of these.
Like in James Bond, you can use it as a scope, and you can."
Zombie
like-
U was one of the first.
Okay, two
released
things
titles.
did that.
I still think Pokemon Snap on the Wii U would be so much fun.
Pokemon Snap on the Wii U has a ton of potential. Pokemon
On the Wii U.
on the Wii U has billions of all the potential in the world to be an amazing game on the Wii U.
But maybe it's not a Wii U game though. Maybe it's just maybe Pokemon is more NX game, and I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping that they release a Pokemon game with the NX because we're not getting a Pokemon game.
The last good Pokemon game to come out on a console was Gale of Darkness.
I like Battle Revolution. Battle Revolution was pretty good.
okay.
But then
But Gale
Snap.
I love Pokemon Snap. Gale of Darkness came out after Pokemon Snap.
Yes, it did.
But Gale of Darkness was pretty much
I'm
what you
mocking
get on a
you.
handheld game on a console.
It was. You roamed. You did.
You could also,
battles.
there were these dark Pokemon that other trainers had. You could catch other trainers' Pokemon if they were dark Pokemon.
Mhm. Because it was like the whole. You would like make a normal Pokemon game. It was a really good story. Really fun.
It was
Like,
so fun.
And every battle was a double battle, which is not something like double battles are fun. And the only tournaments you can enter, like for actually like the Nintendo hosts, like Pokemon wise, they're VGC double battles.
And you start out with a freaking Umbreon or Empoleon.
You got an Eevee. To
Yeah,
start
you get an Eevee, you got to evolve it. I evolved into an Umbreon.
with. Of course.
I
Like
did an Umbreon and I got Ursaring.
yeah, the Teddy Ursa that you have to catch when they teach you how to catch
Yes,
Pokemon.
those are my two go-to for the whole
The
game.
entire game you keep them because and nobody has used an Ursaring in a regular playthrough like ever.
No, but they used it in Gale of Darkness, and that was awesome.
I want one of those though. That's what
I just feel
we're
so
that's what I
disappointed
want.
from E3 by Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about what we're impressed by when we're so
Unimpressed by Nintendo. All right, let's talk. Let's take a minute and just say, okay, we've read stuff on E3. We've seen it. We've spent hours and hours looking at E3. The thing you're most excited for, Cooksey.
I actually really want to buy Battleborn. So it's from the 2K developers, same developers as Borderlands. And what they announced is they're going to have skill trees that are like 3 times as big as the ones each of the Borderlands character has. And then there's 24 characters versus the 4.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be a really good game, and I want to buy an Xbox One to get it. It's both systems, Xbox One, PS4, but with Cuphead's being there, I think I want a One over.
Before we move on, can we just disappointing Metroid?
Well, yeah,
That
I
was
was trying not to bring
disappointing.
it up because it would make me cry.
They announced 2 Metroid games, neither of which look fun.
And not on the Wii U, really. Like
They're pretty much 3DS.
they're just a waste. All right. Anyway, what are you most excited for?
Really, this new Star Wars game.
Oh, yeah.
Battlefront.
So fun, yeah. And
Battlefront.
Fallout 4, those 2 are tied right now.
Sweet. Rolo, what you got?
I'd have to say Fallout 4 just because of they're taking out some of the graphics and putting all that memory towards gameplay. I think that's going to be good for them.
How about you?
They showed a premiere of FIFA 16, and I'm a FIFA junkie, but they've added some really cool things. And
Wait,
they
was that
evidently-
the one where they had like the take a picture of yourself? Because they had that on something where you took a picture with your smartphone. And
I didn't see that in the preview, but it
and-
might be there.
They had it I know it was for one of the sports games, and you could create a character with your actual face.
That was a while
They
ago.
used to have that on
Oh.
FIFA, so it wouldn't
Oh.
surprise me if they put it back.
They was also-
There was also a different
Football
game
games.
FIFA, but it was like for the Xbox One, and it was kind of like the old Connected Adventures, but not. It was like something different.
By the way,
It's the PP
Microsoft
ladder
didn't
maybe there.
even say anything about Kinect. They are just blowing it away.
Yeah.
It is gone.
No more Connect.
Raise.
Yeah, because the Xbox One already has that technology into it.
No, but they're not even going to use
Develop.
that technology. They're not going to develop for it. They
They
didn't
pretty
say
much
anything about it.
They pretty much looked at the Kinect, said, "Yeah, we don't want you anymore." Kicked it out of the house.
Here's another thing. They talked a lot about virtual reality.
Yeah, VR
Like
was
a lot.
huge.
Like huge.
VR was
Everybody's
huge.
developing one. Xbox had
Do
their
you
own.
think VR will? Because VR has been tried.
It's been
before.
tried.
It started out with like the Virtual Boy like 20 years ago.
VR's been tried before. I just don't think it's got a place in
Now's
household
the time.
gaming.
Now's the time that it'll probably work best. I just don't see myself sitting in my living room with a virtual reality device.
I don't think it's got a place in household gaming. I don't think it will ever take hold in household gaming.
No,
I think
and you
the-
can't like stream these things because you're not getting the same effect as the people that are playing. It's just not the same. Though it would be kind of fun to watch like the screen and then watch a face cam with like the whole. But
I just don't think. I
don't think there's a way to do it right.
arcades with virtual reality. Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be cool. But I don't think it has a place in household gaming. I really don't. I don't think it'll ever
seriously,
take hold.
guys, like Spy Kids 3D here.
That's basically it.
And where was that? And it was like you saw it. It just didn't even.
It was a cool movie. You watched it in 2D. They had that giant mech fight.
Can you
gosh.
see, like,
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
I get it. I'd go to an arcade, like in a specific room, almost like a holodeck from Star Trek, to play
Okay.
virtual reality stuff. But I'm not going to put it in my home. I'm not going to walk around my living room looking like an idiot.
yeah, and you're running,
Oh, running into
walls with the, oh gosh, oh.
You have to like kick your kid. You're like, oh, sorry.
You're like playing FIFA on the virtual reality and you're kicking things in your house. Your cat runs in front of you.
Oh no!
Against the wall.
Go.
In the fireplace.
This is not.
No.
You take out the headset,
about
your
it.
whole house is just destroyed.
Your house is on fire. You're like, how did the cat got in there and ran out?
Be hilarious commercial. So
Is Seth PP Bladder going to be in the new FIFA?
he is. Seth Blatter is probably not going to be seen in the new FIFA game.
Darn.
You're my favorite.
There is a whole new like money laundering mode though.
Oh, so you can play as the PP Bladder.
Yeah, you can play a Seth Blatter. Yeah, you got it. And there's also a make a really expensive movie that bombs horribly.
There's also
It made like under $1,000 or something.
Is there a mode where you can give the World Cup to a third world country?
Yeah. if they trade nuclear weapons.
Is that co-op campaign?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of trading.
One of
that
you
goes
is a
on
PP, the other is a third world country.
Yeah.
So you're talking mobile
Sad.
versus
No,
console,
see,
right?
See, here's the thing.
Mobile versus console.
It's-
No, but there is really cool things that's actually coming out with the FIFA 16.
Oh, I'm sure.
First time ever that there is an MLS stadium featured, which is pretty big for Major League Soccer, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the thing I'm actually most excited about is they are actually featuring women's national team,
Yeah.
the women's soccer on the game, which is awesome because the Women's
It is.
World Cup is going on. They, the United States women are one of the top teams in the world and have been for a long time. I think it's about darn time.
See, I call him Seth PP Bladder because what does bladder make? PP.
You're funny.
I thought so.
Tee-hee.
He spells it completely different.
I know, but still it's pronounced
He's
the same.
got T's. Bladder.
Pronounced the same.
Bladder. All right. Anyway, I think E3 for anyone other than a Nintendo fan was awesome.
Yeah.
Nintendo fans.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We didn't even get to other fun stuff. Disney Infinity, which we've known about, but Disney Infinity 3.0, they had a whole big demo of that, and
They have
gave away some
new
characters.
Skylanders coming out.
new Skylanders, which we've known about as well.
Yeah.
But always exciting.
I don't know. Why don't we just list off
I don't
all the
even
things Nintendo mentioned so we can just say all
We'd
the
be here
Nintendo,
for 3 hours.
No, we wouldn't. It's like a list of 10 things we already knew
It's
about.
okay, Nintendo's coming out with a whole new handheld console that'll basically replace everything you've ever owned, and you'll have no point in buying any new technology from Nintendo for the next 3 years because it will all be obsolete.
It's called the 60s.
60. Alright, sorry. Sorry, Nintendo. We love you, Nintendo. We were just
But
really,
really,
disappointed.
like, step up your game here. Come on.
Yeah.
You're a business,
Just,
right?
just give us something good on the DS, or even the DS. I'm just so, like,
Bummed.
I'm so bummed out. I was like, Pokemon came out.
It took them 2 years to develop Oris, though. And so they developed XY and Oris at the same time. They released XY, Then they finished Oris and released it. And my guess is now they're just holding out on us until the NX comes out, and we're going to hopefully get a really good release.
I know, but now what good is my DS now?
It's not, pretty much.
I got all, like, there's no good news about my DS.
Yeah, plus it's going to be just another year or two before they shut down the multiplayer server.
I was going to say, also, it's not the new 3DS, so it doesn't matter.
What the crap? My DS is so pointless.
Yeah,
let's all be glad,
Nintendo
though.
just kills it off.
Nintendo did not announce a single new 3DS exclusive game.
That's
Everything
true.
they've announced so far
Until
is
they
bad.
announce a new 3DS game, our 3DSs have life.
That's true, but they're just, like, give me something that says, here's an awesome game for the DS. Nope.
Yeah.
You want to play Metroid?
Or you go stand over there and I'll stand over here and we can play together.
You stand in one corner of the office, I'll stand in the other.
It's like,
Cooksey will be in the bathroom. Rolo, you can be in the front.
Nintendo used to be so good at gameplay and story, and they just aren't.
They've dropped off so
they
hard.
just aren't.
Ever since they started doing stuff after the Wii, it just all going downhill.
Here's the thing, ever
Nintendo
since...
does do that.
They go up and down.
This is not new for Nintendo to drop.
Ever since they started innovating, really, is
As
when they started
soon
dropping.
as soon as Mario Kart Wii came out, there was like a low point for the Wii. Like, just there was.
Basically, it's because they were going on to the Wii U.
But not even, because the Wii U didn't have anything for a good year after it came out anyway. There was like a 2-year gap when we didn't get anything, and the problem is I think we're hitting another one of these recessions that Nintendo likes to have for some stupid reason.
There's a reason why I got an Xbox instead of a Wii U.
I get it, and I'm
And
starting to wish I
Xbox
had
is
the
winning the
Xbox.
console wars. and
Nintendo...
kudos to Microsoft as I think they're going to have sales skyrocket.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Especially
wrongly plays...
coming out Christmas.
Oh, and
Microsoft
coming out Christmas.
Yeah, everything's
The problem with Nintendo is they play the supply and demand game, but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, okay, we have this much supply and we have very little demand.
Oh, you want?
Let's just pump out more of this.
Yeah.
Oh, you want this?
Oh,
game?
you want a new Pokemon game? Let's not make one of those yet.
They do it in the wrong way because then they go, oh man, everybody loves amiibos. Let's only make 20.
They have announced that they're making one
announced.
for every single Smash character.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
I know.
but
It's
not.
not.
It's just going to be bad.
It's not. Unless you collect them.
But
Who
there
is
are a
going
whole
to
bunch of
buy
people that
50 amiibos?
there's people.
They're
that
like
will.
20 a piece,
They
too.
keep selling out like crazy.
I know. Anytime
All the
you-
rare ones sell out. I went to the store the other day, there was like 80 peaches.
Because nobody wants Peach.
Yeah.
Mario doesn't even want Peach. He keeps trying to get Bowser to take her.
No, he keeps trying to get with freaking Rosalina.
sells her on the black market. To Bowser.
Sells her on the Koopa market.
Koopa market.
All right.
We're done.
Grand Theft Auto meets Mario, and now that game
Yes.
Yeah, that
would be fun. All right,
Nintendo
will work
Grand
for
Theft
you
Auto
to develop
indie
your
games
games because
would be
E3 was incredibly disappointing.
Just
But
contact
yay,
us.
Microsoft. All right, I think that's
And
it
then
from us.
Sony, you're hanging in.
Is way to stick right there in status quo mode, Sony. All right.
They didn't announce that they're doing a virtual reality though. That could like come back to bite Xbox in the butt.
Sony had one.
Did Sony have one?
Sony had one.
I didn't think Sony had one.
Sony had one.
I didn't see one that Sony had.
My hope is that virtual reality will be something that pairs like the Kinect and then it just goes out the window. That way I don't have to like change my entire gameplay
Just
style.
don't even. Just keep it at the arcades.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. That's it from us. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more news and more goodness and more arguing and more opinions. We're Opinionated Gamers. Bye.
Peace out.
So-